How are you doing? I hope you're doing good today. You gotta be doing pretty good. You're here. All right. So let me break down a little bit what we're gonna do, and then we'll go ahead and get started by our 8:02 mark. You know how we do. Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know if you guys have been checking my YouTube channel, but I posted a couple of my videos from Hawaii, so I want to give it a little check. I don't know. Maybe they're good, maybe they're not. Anyways, those are coming out. But for today, you're going to be glad that you decided to wake up and turn on this computer device. We're going to be doing a lot of mobilization, strengthening, and stretching for the whole body today. We're going to do the spine, the hips, the shoulders. Everything's going to get a little bit of love. So that's what we're doing today. Hope you guys like that little fast breakdown. Make sure that you guys are following the feel good principle. And really, no matter what I do, if there's times where your body's telling you, hang out here, or explore this one a little longer, or modify this movement, or don't do this at all, make sure that you're listening to your own body and that you're modifying every single thing that we do today to work for you. Follow the feel good principle. If it feels good, you're probably doing something productive for yourself. If it doesn't, that might be a sign you need to tone it down, dial it down, make some sort of a shift or change. Okay? All right. So without further ado, we're going to get a little bit warmed up today from a standing position. So let's go ahead and come to our standing position and get this show on the road. All right. So our first three movements today, we're going to do a boxer shuffle, we're going to do a spinal wave, and we're going to do a break fall. So those are our first three movements. All right, let's go ahead and get it. So with your feet about shoulder width apart, all you're going to do is you're going to gently start to bounce on the balls of your feet. Start to shake out your hands, start to shake everything out. If you want to go right into the boxer shuffle, you can. Now, every three bounces or so, mobilize your ankles and toes. Okay, so like 1, 2, 3, mobilize, mobilize, mobilize. 1, 2, 3, mobilize, mobilize, mobilize. You guys get the point. Maybe shift the other foot forward. Mobilize, mobilize, mobilize. You guys get the point. Okay? Nice gentle boxer shuffle. You can keep the arms up in front. This will help to strengthen the shoulders. And then again, coming to that place where you shake things out and mobilize. Maybe lift those toes up off the ground. Maybe press into the ground, into your feet, into different angles, different directions, and then get right back to the bounce. Okay, about 8 seconds left, and we're going into a spinal wave. All right, so let's get the spinal wave. So the spinal wave is going to start with the knees, then the hips. So we're going to start with this action here. So the idea is change your camera direction. The idea is to create some movement in each segment of your spine. Okay? So you're just leading with the knees, then the pelvis, then the sternum, then the chin, and then repeat. Now I can do it straight, but I can also get variations. So we're just moving the spine. Now you can always go the other way too. So we have this way, but then we also have this way. So just mobilize the spine, get everything nice and relaxed. Got about 25 seconds left. Just relax the spine. And this is where, you can move any part of your body. It just so happens that we're emphasizing the movement of the spine and sending gentle waves of movement through the spine. Okay, we're moving into break falls next. We got about 5 seconds, a couple more spinal waves. All right, now our break falls are going to be pretty simple. We're lowering ourselves down nice and slow. We're going to tuck our chin as we roll back. Smack the ground gently and come right back up. Okay? Bounce it out, stay nice and loose. Rock back. Gently smack the ground, come right back up. Okay? Try to stay loose. Try to stay relaxed. Try to make sure that you're breathing really slowly. Maybe add a smile on your face. Notice how that helps. Okay? You'll notice these break falls are a great way to warm up. So enjoy. Starting to get that blood moving a little bit. Yeah, I'm already ready to take this jacket off. What do you know? Okay. 10 seconds. And we're going right back into our spinal waves. Excuse me. Our boxer shuffle. All right, so right back to bouncing. One more set. Okay, so this time you can add some forward and back motion. You can go side to side. Switch legs forward. If this doesn't feel good, maybe go back to the bounce with your feet shoulder width or just narrow to shoulder width apart. Start to dial your attention into your breathing. Breathe expansively. Breathe with an elongated exhalation. You might, experience some belching, which is great because that's the gas leaving your digestive system. You might experience some wind in the other direction, and that's good as well. We're just starting to relax the body, start to increase the circulation, then we're going to go from there. We got spinal waves coming up next. 5 seconds. So remember, you want your spinal wave to work for you. The idea is to mobilize your spine. I don't care how you do it. The idea is to move each segment and to explore variations of articulating and mobilizing your spine. Okay? I don't know why I'm holding my hands like this. Maybe it's helping. I don't know. But the idea is you want to move your spine. That's what you want. Okay, so I could get my knees going first. I can always get my head moving first. But I only want to go as far as what's comfortable for my body. Always good to run your research and how you feel. I feel a lot better after spinal waves than I do sitting in a chair for an hour. Okay, moving right to our break falls. One more set. Okay, so again, take it easy, nice and slow. Smack down, come right back up. Stay nice and strong. Stay connected in the body, but loose and relaxed all at the same time. Okay, so I go down. I'm trying to maintain a nice, gentle, relaxed body as I go. Okay, so as you go down, you want to fall gracefully and stay nice and soft inside the body. You want to breathe throughout this whole process. Really accentuate the breathing. There's no wrong way to do this as long as you're not injuring yourself. 20 seconds left, and then we'll be moving into our first movement series, primary series, if you will. We're going to be starting with a hip hinge. We're going to go to a squat, and then we're going to get into a lunge. Those are our first three movements. So we should be nice and ready to go. All right, so feet shoulder width apart. Length through the spine, we're doing a hinge. So you're creating length through the spine, nice and gentle, neutral spine, and then you're going to use your hands on your hips to hinge forward. And only go down as far as what's comfortable for you while maintaining that neutral spine. Come right back up when you're done. To add the breath, we breathe in the upright position. Exhale, hinge forward. Now, if you're already warmed up and ready to go, if you want to add a gentle reach, you can feel free to do so. But it's really important to dial in the breathing for all of these movements, but especially the hip hinge. Okay, this is usually a movement that we would use to pick up a heavy load. So you want to make sure that you're emphasizing efficiency, and we do that by breathing in first on the upright and then exhaling as you hinge forward at the hips. 10 seconds left, and we're moving into our squat. All right, the squat is a continuation of the hip hinge. We're just going to drop the weight back and come in lower into a deep squat. Go down as far as what's comfortable for you. If you can go all the way down, great. If you can only go here, great. If you only here, wherever, go in a range that works for you. Same breathing strategy. Breathe as you're standing. As you exhale, strong and powerful down into your squat. And right back up. Okay, so you're just doing nice, powerful squats right now. Now, if you want to pump out several reps, that's on you. Feel free. Make this work for you. Want to add a little jump and then lower yourself down? There's always options. Ten seconds. And then we're moving right into our varied step out lunges. 4 seconds. All right. So now we're stepping out into a lunge in many, many directions. So we can step forward, we can step across, we can step behind, whatever you like. Okay? You're just moving into a lunge, lower the back knee to the ground. You can touch the ground if you like. So many variations. Okay? This is getting that foundation strong, ready for life, ready for movement. Do whatever you like with the arms, but see if you can't keep your torso upright. Feel the strength of the legs, the feet rooted firmly into the ground. So feel those toes really making connection with the ground the whole way. So as you step out into that lunge, you want to feel not just the weight in the front, but the weight in the back leg as well. Press up, move on. Okay, we're going to be going back into our hip hinge in about 5 seconds. This time we're going to use a staggered stance. Okay, so with a staggered stance, one foot in front of the other, spine is long. So you're not flaring the ribs, but you want to increase the distance between the ribs and the hips. And then when you're ready, breathe in. As you exhale, hinge forward at the waist. So you're only going as far as you can go, keeping that nice neutral spine. Add a gentle reach. After about 3 to 5 reps, switch legs. About 30 seconds left. So really explore the sensations while you're doing these movements today. See if you can't relax even further. In fact, the main question I want you to be asking yourself today is, can I relax more? Can I relax more? In each one of these powerful positions, can I relax more? Okay, guys, so from our hinge, we're going right back to our squats, same staggered stance. So now we have our staggered stance. We're just going to lower ourselves down. Now, for me, I like to touch the ground. Wherever possible, I like to touch the ground, and then I come right back up to standing. Okay, you can switch whichever leg is forward, go down, touch, 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 however you like, and then come right back up. Okay, so staggered stance, squat. Come down, touch, touch, touch. Remember, elongate through the spine. Keep that spine strong. Keep that head rotating and moving around your environment. Okay? Staggered stance, squat it down, come back up. You want to add a little bit of something there, a little bit of a hop, make it a little bit more challenging. Hey, that's up to you. 20 seconds left. If you're hearing or feeling snapping and cracking and popping, that's a sign you need to modify what you're doing so that you can minimize those sounds and effects. 5 seconds. Okay, so we're doing our step out lunge next. This time we're adding a gentle reach. Okay, so from our standing position, you're going to step out. This time you're adding a gentle reach. Okay? Now, if you have something in your room, like a stone or a remote, something that you can grab, then that could be really good to add context. When you add context, it adds to the stimulus of movement for the body. Even if it's just something as simple as put it down, pick it back up. Those little details within those little movement shifts as you go to reach down to pick something up, that's awesome exercise, fam. So make sure that you're recognizing in your daily life where you're getting these good movement nutrition, this good movement nutrition. It's early. No wrong way to do it. Find yourself moving through different lunge positions. That's what we're doing. Couple more seconds. All right. Last set of hip hinge, this time in a horse stance. So let's go ahead and get a nice strong horse stance position, please. Feet about double shoulder width apart. Nice and long through the spine. And when you're ready, you're going to gently breathe in, breathe out. As you exhale, you're going to hinge forward at the hips. You want to add some gentle movements while you're here? Feel free. The main movement is sumo squat or horse stance with a hip hinge. That's it. You guys can add to that whatever you like. You want to move something around in your room, you got some weight, you got a stone, you got a clock, remote, move it, and notice what this can do for you, okay? Really see if you can't maintain that nice neutral spine as if you were going to carry a heavy load. You want to make sure your spine stays in a good position the whole time. 15 seconds. All right, last set of our squat. So our squat's going to be done from this wide position too. Maybe not as wide as before, but a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. So you're going to come down into your squat, shift your body weight from side to side, and come right back up. Okay? So nice wide stance for your squat, lower down, shift your weight, get in touch with the sensations within this movement, and then when you're ready, come right back up to standing. Okay, so you're moving, shifting your body weight, getting a sense of the sensations in the body. Feel nice and strong, base of support, and then come up nice and easy. Okay, got about 30 seconds left to explore this movement, so enjoy yourselves. Okay, so it's just a simple squat, but we have our feet a little bit further than shoulder width apart. So you should notice a nice gentle sensations through the hips. Notice the strength and control that you have deep in the hips from this position. 10 seconds. Going right back into our alternating lunge. All right, guys, last set of alternating lunge. So let's go ahead and step out, come back. Step out, come back. I know you guys got to be feeling it already. We're going to make this workout count. Okay? Getting those legs worked up. You know, your legs house some of the biggest muscles in the body. So it's a really great way to warm up by using these muscles first. Make sure each one of these movements work for you. If you feel something that feels nice and you want to explore those sensations further, feel free. Keep the attention in those feet. Make sure that your connection with the ground is on point. Five seconds. All right, from here, guys, we're moving on to our hands and knees. Let's go ahead and come on down onto the ground. We're going to start with some spinal articulations and mobilize our shoulders and hips. So with your hands and knees on the ground, what you're going to do is you're just going to gently send up some more waves of movement through the whole spine. You can start with some cat and cow, flexion extension, and really explore the sensations all the way through the spine. You'll notice that I can come up on my fingertips here and really press through that space in between my shoulder blades and really use this movement to break up on any unnecessary tension that might exist there. Okay, you can get some gentle movements through the arm bones. Start to shift your body weight to the side. This will start to mobilize the head of the femur inside the hip joint. So just start to explore moving your weight over your hands and knees. And as you do that, bring your attention into your hips and shoulders specifically. Notice the sensations as you load those joints. Okay? Nice and easy, nice and relaxed. All right, so from here, our next set is going to include some kneeling hip rotations, tripod transitions, and then some rolling. So check this out. First one's going to be kneeling hip rotations. So you're going to start from a tall kneeling position. One foot comes out to the side, bring the knee up off the ground, lower it back down, switch sides. So foot comes out to the side, knee comes off the ground, lower it back down, switch sides. So you're just rotating through the hip joint. You can lower your weight down, bring it up, whatever you like. Just rotate through those hip joints. You can change your position in your room by moving on your knees and then take the foot out to the side and just rotate through that femur. Notice the sensations deep inside the hip. Notice how it feels in there. About 5 seconds left. From here, we're moving right into our tripod transition. So from our knee hand, or foot hand crawl position, all you're going to do is you're going to bring one leg under the body to transition from foot hand crawl or knee hand crawl to an inverted crawl. So check this out. So I lower my body weight towards one side, bring that leg under, and then reverse the process. That's it. Okay, you can crawl around in your room a little bit if you like, shifting your body weight in different positions over those hands. And then when you're ready, with control, nice and slow, move into your inverted crawl. Same exact thing. You can crawl around from this position and then move right back into your knee hand or foot hand crawl position. For me, I like to go next to a wall or next to a plant or do these types of movements in my living room where the quarters are a little bit more cramped than this. And that adds variety and context. Remember, the more context, the more useful these movements are that you practice, the better. 10 seconds left. All right, we're going to be moving into our roll next. So from our knee hand crawl position, all we're going to do is drop your weight to one side through the hip. Once you place your hip on the ground, you're going to roll through the hip and then come up to the other side. Once you're here, come right back to the other direction. So you'll notice a really beautiful stretch down the lateral thigh when you're moving through this roll. It's just a great way to practice controlling your body, navigating the floor. Okay, so you have a lot of variations here. Find one that works for you. I can keep my legs a little bit straighter out. So when I do my roll, my legs are straight versus when they're bent. So there's a lot of variations that you guys can play with this one roll movement. This one should be fun, should be smiling. Or if you're not smiling, maybe you should give that a try, see how that works out for you. I don't think a smile ever hurt anybody. I could be wrong, I don't know. Roll it out. All right, so right back into our kneeling hip rotations. This time we're going to do it from a low kneeling position. So you can see I'm lower to the ground now. So same exact thing. I'm going to bring the foot out to the side, bring the knee up off the ground, lower it back, switch sides. Okay, so bring that foot out to the side, bring the ankle up, shift your body weight within this new position, and then come right back out of it, switch sides. Notice the sensations. If you could take your hands out of these movements, fantastic. If you need to use your hands, that's great too. This movement is great for mobilizing the hips, but it's also good for massaging the top side of the foot. So you'll notice as my foot curls over, then I bring my foot up. So I'm strengthening my foot and the muscles and tissues inside the foot area. So it's a really productive movement for developing that foundational strength of the feet. Kneeling hip rotations. We're going to be getting back into our tripod transitions pretty soon here, so maybe you want to start to mobilize those wrists. Get them ready to go. All right, right back into our tripod transition, fam. So let's go ahead and get it. So you're just crawling around a little bit. When you're ready, you're bringing one leg under the body into inverted crawl. Shift your body weight forward and back. Start to stretch those shoulders. That's cool. Just make sure that you do it in a way that's very safe and productive for your body. Maybe in the midst of these transitions, you want to add a shoulder pulse. So as I bring my leg underneath the body and out to the side, I can gently add a nice shoulder pulse. I can explore this foot hand crawl position and see what other movement options are available through this movement. So many different variations and so many different ways that we can add value to our movement practice. Okay, so right back into our rolling. This time we're going to take it onto the backside. So very simply, you're going to, from your knee hand crawl, you're going to lower yourself towards the ground, and then you're going to come onto your back, roll, come up, right back into your knee hand crawl position, switch sides. You just lower, roll. You'll notice this is a nice massage for the back muscles. Take your time. There's no reason to rush. If you're clunking around and flopping around on the ground, that might be an indication you need to slow it down so that you can cultivate some efficiency and some fluency within this particular movement pattern. 25 seconds. Letting yourself explore these movements. If it's difficult, that probably means you need to practice more. If it's easy, then maybe there's something else you can add to this movement to make it better for you. I like these. These feel good to me. All right. Right back into our kneeling hip rotations. One last set, guys. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to come from a knee hand crawl position. We're going to bring our hip through these hip rotations. And then if you want, you can also do this, the hip rotations from an inverted crawl. So from inverted crawl, I can just take my hip out and in, switch sides, out and in. It's very good for me to add load into these different positions. So as I'm moving through these positions, I can add load and bring my weight further on top of it. I can take my weight further away. So many variations, guys. Play around with it and make sure that you're breathing and asking that ever critical question, can I relax more? Because even if you're doing something that requires strength, when you add relaxation, it adds an element of efficiency, and the body loves that. It wants to burn as little as possible. Okay. All right, guys. So last set of tripod transitions. So take your time. Go nice and slow. Spend as much time as you need through the movement. So for me, when I'm moving from foot hand or knee hand crawl to inverted crawl, I like to go slow. I like to really feel what's happening, especially in that supporting shoulder. I like to make sure that my body mechanics are good. Like, for example, my wrist is directly underneath my shoulder. Now, that's good for me. That might not be good for you. I'm just saying that as I go through these movements, I really want to explore the micro detail within the macro movement. So the little details within my movement, I like to put some attention there and see what I can add, see what else I can do to make it fun for me. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. All right, guys, last set of rolling. This time what we're going to do is we're going to make it more of a roll for the shoulders. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to come down onto the ground. So so from this position here, I lower my hips down, then I bring my arm out straight and I roll all the way through the back, and then I come up. Okay, so I lower my hips down first, get my arm out to the side, roll through the back, and then come up to the other side, just like that, okay? So lower yourself down, get yourself to a lying position, roll through the back, And then come right back up to the other side. Switch sides. About 30 seconds left. So take your time. No wrong way to do it as long as you're not hurting yourself. Okay? So this particular roll involves some attention to the shoulders. Okay? So as I'm bringing my arm out to the side and I'm rolling through that shoulder, I'm massaging all those tissues around my shoulder joint. Okay? And then I'm switching sides. It's that simple. So I lower down, get my nice roll, and then come right back up into my knee hand or my foot hand crawl. Okay, guys, we're going to move into our next set. Our next set is going to involve some core work. So we're going to start with some general rocking. So come onto your backside if you'd be so kind. And from this position, let's just go into a nice gentle rock. You can bring yourself around a little bit. You can add some kicking motions with your feet. Okay, and then of course, you can always come up and add a gentle reach. Okay, so rocking, kicking, reaching. Perhaps you're adding some striking here. Whatever you like, whatever you want to add. For me, when I'm rocking, I like to try to keep my legs together. A little bit more of a defensive type position. Also makes it so that I can kick, which is good. About 15 seconds left. You can come up with different variations, such as a single leg long sit. 5 seconds. Moving into bridge variations from here. So what we're going to do is lay flat on our backs. What you're going to do is you're going to get into a good position and press through those heels, lifting the pelvis off the ground. From here you have options. You can come up and down through this position. So just simple bridge. You can also hold the bridge from this position. So just hold. Okay. And then your third option is to add some bridge marching. So holding a stable position with your pelvis, lifting one foot off the ground, and then the other. So these are your bridge options that you can play around with. Bridge marching, bridge lowering and lifting, and isometric hold. Okay? So nice and strong. Start to feel those posterior hip muscles working. You want to add that bridge march, feel free. You want to add a straightening of the leg, feel free. Add whatever details you need to add to make this practice work for you this morning. Okay, so from our bridge variations, we're going to do a plank shoulder tap. So come into a push-up position, please. So from a push-up position, all you're going to do is get a nice, stable, strong base of support, and then you're going to tap your shoulder. Nice and easy. See if you can minimize the amount of shifting that's happening between your right and left side as you go, and use a speed that works for you. If you need to make your feet shoulder width or further apart, you can. If you want to make it more difficult, keep your feet closer together. 35 seconds left. Think about length through the spine. From the tip of the tailbone to the top of the head. Increase that distance. 15 seconds. Perhaps you want to add a scapular push-up. That's totally awesome. Whatever works for you. Okay, right back into our backside. Another set of rocking, please. This time, we're going to add a get up. So, you're going to rock, you're going to come forward, and you're going to get up. Okay, so how does that look? I rock, I come forward, I can use my hands, whatever I like. I'm going to stand up, maybe walk it out, and then get right back down onto the ground for my rocking. So rock, get up. I like to make sure I spend at least 1 or 2 breath cycles when I get up. And that ensures that I'm not going to be too dizzy or lightheaded. So it's very important to practice going from the ground to getting up. And to really make sure that you're stable before you do anything else. So you want to have that sense of equilibrium. Okay? So you're rocking and adding your get up. Okay, so we're going to be going right back into our bridging. This time we're going to add an overhead reach. Okay? So from your backside, we're getting a bridge and an overhead reach. Okay? Bridge, overhead reach. If you want to sweep the arm around a little bit, that's cool. If you want to explore taking one leg off the ground while you have one arm off the ground, feel free. Remember to ask that question, can I relax more in everything you do? There's definitely nothing wrong with relaxing. I've met very few masters of relaxation in my life. I've met lazy people, but not masters of relaxation. That's a little different. It's the ability to be active and relaxed all at the same time. 10 seconds, fam. 10 seconds. And then we're going right back into our shoulder taps. Okay, so this time our shoulder taps are going to come from an inverted crawl position. So stay on your backside. So you can straighten out your legs if you like. Cover my belly here. And then all you're going to do is you're going to do your shoulder taps, but from this position. So the mechanics are a little bit different. There's a little bit more weight shifting happening. And you want to make sure that this movement works for you. So you're going to really have to slow this one down. But you'll notice as I tap the shoulder, I come almost into a side plank. So shift your weight, tap, feel that nice strong shoulder. Now, if this isn't an option for you, you can always go onto your butt. Or you could bring your knees in to a bent position, and this works as well. Okay? 20 seconds left. This one's really all about shoulder stability, fam. So making sure those shoulders stay in a good central supported position. All right, guys, one last set of rocking, and then we'll be done with this one. So let's get that rocking moving. So we're just moving our body weight forward and back. This time, if you want to add a pulse up towards the ceiling, feel free. This is the set where you guys can add really whatever you want. You want to roll all the way through with the rocking, feel free. You want to roll back through the rocking, feel free. Whatever you want to add, just make sure that you're moving and not leaving anything on the table. That you're using these movements to get your body soft and strong all at the same time. Staying nice and alert through all parts of the body. Maybe you want to roll onto the side, roll up the other way, whatever you like. Ten seconds left, fam. 10 seconds left. And then we're moving right back into our last bridge variation. Okay, last set of bridges. So this time we're going to add an overhead reach and also an escape. So check this out. So from our bridge, we're going to add the overhead reach, but I'm going to scoop my butt back and then come right back into it. So from this position, you'll see I'm here, and then I back my butt up and then come right back. I could do multiple, scoop myself out of the way, and I'm really doing a lot to focus on the activity of my feet. I want my feet to be really active and responsive through every movement, but especially these ground movements. So bridge, strong bridge, and then get out of the way. Okay? 25 seconds left. Bridge, get out of the way. Okay? Create nice strength through this lower portion of your body. Okay, so everything from basically the chest down to really getting nice work with this one. 5 seconds left. Get another rep. Woo! Okay, guys, last set of plank shoulder taps. This time go right back into your prone plank position. So on your hands and knees. If you need to keep yourself on your knees while you do this one, feel free. If you can come into the push-up, feel free. If you can change into a side plank, feel free. Okay, so you're doing shoulder taps, and then if you want to add a side plank shoulder tap, feel free. Okay, nice and strong. Get your shoulder taps. Remember, ask yourself, can I relax more? Yeah, I'm holding my body weight. I feel a little trembling in the shoulder, but can I relax more? Why not? Ask of the body. You'd be so surprised what it can give back to you. Okay, guys, we're going to be coming to our cool down in a few minutes. But before we do that, let's go ahead and come into a deep squat, please. So from a deep squat position, we're going to move around in our space. So we're going to do some deep squat shifting, if you will, body weight shifting. So you're just going to get into a nice deep squat. You can place your hands on the ground, hop over to the side. You can hop forward, shift your weight, change your height. This is kind of like a last call of sorts, where you're just going to spend a few moments giving your body those extra little movements that you need this morning. We did a lot of good foundational groundwork today, a lot of good work for the lower body. So make sure to spend a few minutes just mobilizing. Maybe spend a little time moving through some of those movements that we've been practicing all this year. Side sit transitions. A little bit of a rotation through the femur. Who knows? Whatever you want to add. All right, guys. So we're going to move into our guided cool down of sorts, starting with a few very specific movements. We're going to start with an inverted crawl weight shift. So let's come into inverted crawl position, please. And all you're going to do is You're just going to shift your body weight around from this position. Now I can bring my body weight forward and back, side to side, or a combination of all the above. The key is I want to maintain a good position. So one of the things I like to do is try to draw my shoulder blades together in the back. Okay, at the same time, I also want to make sure my head isn't too far forward. So I'll often try to elongate through the spine. So not just bringing my head into extension, but really creating some length. Okay? I can really accentuate the forward and backward shifting motion. Okay, really nice. Now from here, we're going to lower ourselves to the ground onto our stomachs and do a prone rotational pec stretch. We've done this one many times before. So go ahead and come to your stomach. Your arms are going to be out to the side like goalposts. Okay, you're going to reach one leg behind and you're going to accentuate and focus on a stretching sensation in the front side of your chest. Now, just because there's a stretch happening, that also means we can be doing other things as well. We can change the position of this arm. So I can move it lower, I can move it higher, I can bring it off the ground, which adds a really nice active stretch aspect. And then I'm going to switch sides. So let's go ahead and switch sides, reach the leg over. Just notice how that feels. Really beautiful stretch on the front side of the chest, active through the shoulders. Really play around with whatever variation of this movement is going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. Okay? Whatever position you need to explore, just make sure you explore that. Okay. So, right back into our inverted crawl, please. So, in our inverted crawl, going right back to our weight shifting. Okay? So, we can bring that weight forward and back. I like to really press down through my supporting arms. Make sure that my shoulders are in a good position. Nice weight shifting, nice and simple. Press up through the hips. You can always add to this movement, so I can take one hand off the ground and add a gentle reach overhead. I really enjoy this one personally, but you have to take it slow. Slow, slow, slow. Focus on good position of each one of the joints. Long through the spine. Nice solid base of support, feeling the sensation of the toes. Changing the position of your body. Remember, ask yourself that question, can I relax more? Nice and strong. Okay, so from here, right back onto our stomachs, one more set of our prone rotational pec stretch. Okay, so from your prone position, get yourself ready and get it. So many great variations of this movement. You can really get a lot out of it. The more you focus your attention on variety. Switch sides. Variety is key. The body loves variety. You want your tissues, your muscles, your bones, your nerves, every aspect of your body to be stronger. Give it variety. Variety, variety, variety. This is one of the reasons why CrossFit, I think, is where it's at today. Anyways, okay. So from there, we have a foot hand crawl kickover. Okay, so from a knee hand crawl position, please. So from our knee hand crawl position, all we're going to do is we're going to kick one leg over and we're going to come into our inverted crawl position. Okay, and then from here, I'm just going to bring myself right back into my tabletop or my knee hand crawl. Okay, so I'm reaching through the foot and toes, reaching, 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 and at the very last minute, bring the foot down and come into your inverted crawl. Breathe slowly and gently because this is part of our recovery. Bring yourself right back. Okay, switch sides. Reach through those toes. Reach. Really press through that supporting arm. So this is work, but you can make it efficient by breathing, relaxing as much as you possibly can. Okay, so reach. See if you can really pause on transitioning your body weight completely over so that you can explore the sensations through the process. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and lay down on our backs, please. So from our backs, arms above the head, one leg is bent. You're going to gently press through the foot of the bent leg, rolling onto your side. We're going to massage the shoulder, forward and back, forward and back. So you're getting a nice massage of the serratus anterior, getting a massage of the lats, some of the posterior shoulder muscles. Let's switch sides. So just massaging through the shoulder. You can add some gentle massage with the other hand. Anything feels like it needs a little additional love, make sure to give it. Never massage your own shoulders too much. Okay, switch sides one last time. Just gentle rolling and then rotate to the other side. Okay, last but certainly not least, we're going to do a roll to a fetal position crunch. So what we're doing is we're bringing our arms and legs through extension and then crunch. So bring the arms and legs out and crunch. Crunch. So this movement's really great for internal, external oblique. So many things that this movement is good for. Take your time. Breathe deeply and expansively. Okay, everybody. Now, if you need to hang out here for a little bit longer, I would encourage you to roll onto your back and just surrender unnecessary tension. I would encourage you to elongate both the inhalation, but especially the exhalation. I would add some gentle abdominal massage, some massage for the neck, and just really surrender your unnecessary tension into the ground below you. If you got to get up and get on with your day, then that's what you need to do. And I wish you the best. You know what I mean. All right, guys. Take care.